Hey guys, what's up? Nico again here. And in this episode of 3D Printed Profits, I got with us Joe. Joe, where you coming from, man?
I'm in Lexington, Kentucky.
Lexington, Kentucky. I invited Joe on the show because he has his own 3D printing business. And as always, all of Joe's links are going to be in the description below if you're on YouTube and if you're on your favorite podcast player, it's in the show notes. And make sure you guys stay till the very, very end where I'm going to give you your own product idea for your own 3D printing business. And if you guys want, make sure you guys join us in the Facebook group at the 3D Printing Side Hustle group. It's in a link in the description below. So let's start. Joe, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man.
Welcome to the show, brother. So let's get started here. How did you get started in 3D printing? What's your background?
Okay, so when 3D printing first started, clearly couldn't afford a printer, but about 3 years ago, I had a busted Nintendo Switch. I traded for an Ender 3 Pro, and
Wow.
started making stuff for myself, and then got into making GunPLA hanger bases and action bases and stuff, and then got a really good deal on a CR10S Pro, and started making a few things and selling through it all started in the Gundam groups on Facebook, really, GunPLA groups. And it was just just kind of side money. And then I had a buddy. One day he pulled out his Spawn comic book collection, and it just clicked with me. I was like, why don't I make a Spawn helmet? So I made a Spawn helmet and posted it in a McFarlane Toys group. And before you know it, I had 12 of them sold for $180 a piece.
Atta boy.
And I was just trying to show it because I thought it was cool, and then all of a sudden.
That's awesome, man. So what is it exactly that you sell here?
Mostly cosplay related things.
Okay.
But like the other day I made a guy like brackets for the seats on his kayak, and I made a guy a film roll stand for one of his fancy cameras. Mostly my local stuff is random parts people need for things, and then I guess the actual money maker would be in the cosplay stuff.
Gotcha. Do you still do Gundam stuff then?
Yeah.
Okay, so would you say that your shop is cosplay related items as well as Gundam hangers and so on and so forth?
Absolutely.
Cool, man. So how'd you come up with that idea of Gundam hangers? Because that is brilliant. I'm a weeb, dude. Gundams are my jam.
I know I make a lot of your helmets. People really like your designs, man.
Thank you.
That's, I can say part of where I'm at right now is because of the stuff you designed. So
I appreciate that, man.
It helps a lot.
So, when you guys, when you first got your first customers, you got those 12 orders for the spawn mask, which by the way, was it my spawn as well?
No, it was another one that was on CG Trader. I just recently acquired your spawn.
I have two spawns.
Oh, do you?
And there's two different versions.
I'll
So
have to check that out.
Anyway, so what happened next after those 12? Did you then buy more machines? Did you?
Actually, yeah. I've got the Banggood app on my phone, and they were selling TiVo's 3D printers at the time, and they were clearing out. I guess it was the end of it, but I ended up getting 2 TiVo Tornadoes, which are CR10 clones. Got 2 TiVo Tornadoes for under $300 for the pair, brand new.
No kidding.
Yeah, I literally.
So I've been told that Banggood has really like crap machines though. Like I've ordered from Banggood and holy, I was so mad. How was your experience with that?
Okay, so I'm gonna put it like this. TiVo is actually a decently known brand. It's not Creality by any means. And like I said, it is a CR10 clone. So just think about it as a big Ender 3, just a big base Ender 3. Just added a dual Z and all metal hot end, direct drive and whatnot. Just a couple of small upgrades, and I have no issues out of them.
So Banggood has been good to you then?
Yeah, pretty much. Ordering any of your small parts, any of your replacement parts, Bowden tubes, couplings, nozzles, whatever, stuff like that, I wouldn't see an issue with.
Gotcha. So tell me more about, so you got your machines. What happened next?
Okay, so I got the machines. Then I had one customer who's actually been a regular customer since the beginning here now, and he wanted a Carnage helmet. He wanted a Carnage mask. Well, at the time, I guess where the Venom movie had came out, Sony had struck all the creators across Etsy and everywhere else, and you couldn't find any files anywhere. Well, I came across a lady that had a General Symbiote mask. And this is where 3D modeling first came in for me. All I had was Mesh Mixer at the time and a drawing input tablet. And I pretty much took the Venom mask that I found and modified it into a Carnage. And
And you use
so
this with what software?
that was with Mesh Mixer.
No kidding.
Yeah. And oddly enough, I'll have to send you that. It turned out pretty good for Mesh Mixer. but yeah, after that I started playing with Tinkercad, and then I started playing with I've got ZBrush. I've not really done much with ZBrush, and then I've been watching your tutorials and stuff with Blender. So getting there. But anyway, made the Carnage, made the Venom, had that going on, and then I ended up making my own Redeemer mask from Spawn, or the anti-Spawn. And all that seemed to take off pretty well. And I came across it's called a 10 log TLD3 Pro. It's a dual extruder, direct drive. It's on linear rails. Pretty nice printer. Ended up getting it for really cheap too. So at this point, I'm up to 5 printers.
Nice.
Running along quite a bit. I just finished my son's Iron Man helmet on that printer.
All right. All right. And what machines are you using, man?
Okay, right now I have an ANET A8 Pro, and then I still have the 2 TiVo Tornadoes, the 10 log TLD3 Pro, and then I just recently acquired a Tronxy X5 SA 400 series, which there was a lot of people and looking at reviews and stuff on this printer on the Tronxy about quality, but I converted it to direct drive, no linear rails, no nothing. It's all stock setup with I guess it's a ghetto direct drive mount I made.
Yeah.
And I just printed a full chest plate for a Moon Knight cosplay with it.
All right. All right. And what brand filament are you using?
Most of the time I use Amazon Basics.
Amazon Basics. All right.
Yep. I was very avid about Hatchbox for a long time. And I was in some forums one day, and there was a guy on there that was just posting these amazing straight off the printer prints and just swore by Amazon Basics. And so I grabbed a couple of rolls, and I've not went back since. I mean, it's been pretty straightforward.
Gotcha. Gotcha. So what struggles did you have when you first started, right? So
Okay.
Your business is growing, you got this Carnage, you're learning a little bit of design here and there. At this point, struggles should have started coming in. What were those struggles?
Okay, so the struggles were how to compensate for print failures, machine failures, getting stuff shipped in time, explaining to a customer what it takes to actually finish a helmet, what it takes to paint a helmet, what it takes to, or whatever the part may be. It don't have to be cosplay related, but anything that needs finished and painted, and trying to set realistic time frames, figuring out where to put your profit, how much to put back into the business. There was quite a bit to figure out there in the first part.
But you just figured it out, man. You just kept chugging along.
Well, and see, that's the thing. So I realized where I do mostly cosplay related stuff, I have prints that I can print in one go. That's like 2 days. Like if I want to print a Moon Knight helmet, that's
2-3 days.
Easy. But when it gets into the bigger stuff, like the Gundam stuff that I like, the Gundam helmets and stuff I make, we're talking 6 to 8 days across 3 printers for the amount of parts and all that. So I figured out
it's such a big piece.
Yeah, it's not simple. And I also explain, I've had to move stuff out. Like for stuff like that, I have a 4 to 6 week lead time on.
Okay, so it's 4 to 6 week lead time on this stuff. And what profit margins are you looking at for
Um,
these?
well, I mean, realistically, let's say that my new Gundam helmet, this one I had designed, um, it's it sells for about $400 complete with LEDs painted and everything, and I might have 80 in it. So I mean, that's pretty solid profit. I mean, that's
Yeah, that's pretty good. So how much are you making a month profit on the business?
average. I've been bringing in about 2,200 a month since I started
That's
in
solid,
November.
dude. That's solid. And this is a side hustle, right?
It was a side hustle until last month. I completely quit my job and I have been working straight. I've been home with my kids all summer, man. So that's
Congratulations. So let's talk
and
about that a little bit more.
yeah.
It's about the freedom, isn't it?
Well, yes, because here's the thing, man. I have 4 kids. You said you had 5 kids, so getting time with each of your kids is it's difficult.
Yeah, like you got to put them on the calendar.
Exactly. Well, so the way I do it, as long as nobody's in trouble, usually about 8:30, 9 o'clock at night is when I go to work. I come out here to the garage and I get to work. So every night, one of my older kids gets to come out here and help me with the garage, or they can use my paint or my airbrush or whatever and work on something they want to work on. And my oldest son, he's 10. He has his own TiVo Tornado,
My
so
son
he
has
can
his
come
own
out.
CR10. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. So he can come out here and work on his 3D prints. He can work on his printer. Um, like I had him. Anytime we do any work on his printer, I make him. He's hands on with it. Like he just put his TL smoothers on the main board, changed the drivers on it. He understands how his machine works.
That's awesome, man. That's great stuff, dude.
Yeah.
So
So
how else does the business make money? Do you offer design services? Do you offer print services to other people?
yeah, pretty much. As of right now, I've picked up a few stuff from buddies that have smaller printers, people that can't print as big. I get business from them. I've got an Etsy store. I've been getting a little bit from them, but Etsy's been taking quite a bit of money lately. So I don't know how much longer Etsy's going to be a thing.
I agree. And so do you sell any files? Because you mentioned earlier that you have your own Gundam design.
Yes, my new Gundam helmet files, those are on CG Trader. And then me and my buddy Austin went in. He's got he's got a Senju helmet he had designed, and we've got a few other things. Like I said, I've got the new Gundam, I've got my Carnage, I've got my Redeemer. It was just a few little things that I've dabbled with, and then like with GunPLA action bases, I figured out how to make like custom design nameplates and emblems and decals that are all interchangeable on the front of them.
Gotcha. And then
So
you sell the files, or do you sell just the prints for those?
just the prints for those. I've not really got too hard into the file sales yet. That's kind of one of those, once I get everything kind of automated out here, 3D modeling is definitely my next step.
Gotcha. All right. So what have you done to increase sales for these prints? Have you done like any ads, free shipping, you know?
My biggest thing, and it's using Facebook's ad service. I pay $2 a day for their ad service, and it goes to people all over. I get message requests from people all over the United States.
And this is
You know,
for your Gundams, right?
this is just for the bottom layer in general. I
Okay.
mean, so
So the bottom layer is the name of the business, correct?
yes, that's the name of my business. So I just run from my page. I just use the Facebook ad service, and I do that. And then like when I make specialty or niche things, I join. This is my biggest thing to all my buddies that are trying to sell stuff. If you're posting something that's niche or something that's collectible or something that people cannot find a relevant group, find your target audience, post it there, and that's where you're going to get your hits.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's what I teach. And so do you sell on your website? Do you have your own website and
No.
Etsy? What platform are you using?
So pretty much it's been Etsy and private sales through Facebook.
Okay.
So I've not got to the point with a website yet. So that's another big step that needs to be completed.
Yeah. So what majority of does majority of the business come from Etsy? How does that work?
Okay, so to be real with you, I've only made a handful of sales on Etsy.
Oh, nice. But the rest is on.
Almost all of my stuff comes from me posting in private groups and targeting certain audiences, certain collectors, you know, whatever I'm making, I target to who I know is going to buy it.
Gotcha.
And then I do everything PayPal goods and services. So they, everybody's comfortable with goods and services. So I can't, that's really my peace of mind for them.
That's
It's
awesome,
like,
man. And that's what's working today for marketing.
yeah, absolutely.
Dude, that's awesome. So you're making $2,200 a month on Gundams and dare I say it's actually very specialty cosplay because you're not doing a whole bunch of like Mando. You're not jumping on like what everyone else is doing. You're very niche to Spawn, Venom, Carnage, the symbiote, the those kinds of artwork. Plus your Gundam hangers, which by the way I believe are genius. Right, you're just jumping on whoever's on the gunplay stuff, and so they're not just displaying it on that little waist.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much, man. You just find stuff that people don't have, or things, find something that's available, but it's not that cool. So you make it cool.
Exactly. Dude,
I mean,
that's awesome, man.
I'm a nerd, man. So I'm specific about the way I want things to look or the way I want things to be. And it's, I can do that now.
Well, shit, Joe, congratulations, man. It's a great business. Kudos to you. What's next for you, Joe? What's the future for the bottom layer?
Like I said, 3D modeling is going to be a big step in offering custom services, making stuff, because right now, and like me staying in the niche stuff and the, people with, well, the GunPLA community in general is my home, man. That's my biggest hobby outside of 3D printing. But there's people all the time that want stuff that Bandai is not delivering. So that's my biggest thing.
Hey, if they're not delivering, you might as well do it, right?
Exactly. I mean,
all
there's
right,
a handful.
Joe, let's wrap it up for your number one tip to everyone who wants to start their own 3D printing business, man.
Okay, number one tip is don't let the setbacks set you back. Learn from everything. Something goes down, fix it, make it go better. If you get behind, catch up and go faster. I mean, don't quit.
There you
go. I want to be home with my kids. Here I am.
There you go, you guys. It really is about the freedom to be able to own your own time, right? Joe doesn't have to ask for anyone for vacation time. Joe doesn't have to ask anyone for a day off. He gets to stay home, hang out with the kids. Because let's face it, guys, when these kids grow up, once that time is passed, it's gone. One day you're going to put your kids down for the last time, and you don't know when that last time is. Call me sentimental. That's just how I am. Joe, thank you, man. I appreciate it. So I told you guys, if you stay to the very, very, very end, I'm going to give you your own product idea for your own 3D printing business. And today's product idea is going to be unique toys for sand and snow play. All right. So when you go to the beach or the snow, all we have are like the shovels and the rakes and stuff like that, right? And the buckets. Well, why don't you start making stuff that's going to help you with making sandcastles, or make stuff that's going to help you make a snowman? I know I did it last winter, where I made my own brick mold so I can make an igloo, right? I angled it perfectly so that when I stacked the bricks, they would actually make an igloo. So just stuff like that, you guys. The 3D printer can really make virtually anything you want. So use your imagination, make your own products, start your own 3D printing business. Join us in the Side Hustle group. It's in the link down below. And if you guys need coaching, let me know. We'll get you in a program. Again, Joe, thank you for being here, man. I really appreciate it. Congratulations, pal.
I appreciate you having me here, man.
All right. Later.
Have a good one.